Yo, what is going on, my little tadpoles? I got Hikertoad here, and it is that time of the week again. We are here with CPC Week 3, and we are going up against 812, someone who is actually excited to face this season, as he usually has the tendency to draft weird teams, but usually have a lot of success for them. But he definitely does have a very strong draft this season with the Kieran Black, Zapdos, Mega Absol, Swellow, Heracross, Meloetta, Hippowdon, Gengar, Apolog, Electrode, and the Metatite with the Z Crystal. But I think we're both 1-1 going into this game, so definitely we both want a win here, try and stay in the top four of our conference, as that is who makes playoffs in our conference, and then the top four in the other, obviously. But looking at his team, if I see like usually I feel like there's like these a few like 4 or 5 mons that are definitely coming, like maybe like one or two other options, or maybe like three or four other options or whatever. But like I don't think I worded that right. But like basically I think that Kyurem, Zapdos, Mega Absol, Swallow, Heracross, Meloetta, Hippo, and Gengar all have a good enough matchup, and I could see all of them coming, but which I usually don't really see with teams as usually. But all like Gengar puts on a lot of offensive pressure. Hippowdon can check some of my physical threats and wear them down with a Rocky Helmet. Meloetta is hard for me to switch into. Heracross is also hard for me to switch into. I have no switch-ins for Swallow whatsoever. Mega Absol can also be annoying if I do not have something like a Woolen Persian, as my Dark Resist is a Woolen Persian or Mega Mawile. Mega Mawile can lose to its coverage. I think Zapdos is necessary, as otherwise Tornadus T can definitely be a big issue for his team. And Kieran Black is just Kieran Black, which it's fat, it can take hits, and then it can just deal hits back, so I definitely expect that to come. It's a mon that you bring to every game. So with that in mind, excuse me, with that in mind, I wanted to try and build a team that would be best centered against those mons. Like if it brings Meditite, it just gets a kill whenever it comes in. I'm not really gonna like really prep for that. Like I think it's kind of slow, so I can deal with that. Electrode, like maybe like I have two really good ground types, like and he has a good check to Torn Zapdos. So I don't like if he brings that. And something about his team, he has no fire resist on his entire roster. So Avalugg is just a free hit for Darmanitan, so I don't think he really wants that. Yeah, so that's definitely something that I want to abuse right here. As I'll just go over my Darmanitan first, as he has no fire resist, so I'm just going with the Flare Blitz and the Fire Punch. And then for the Taunt and Encore as coverage moves, as in case like the Hippo's like really bulky and can take 2 hits, Flare Blitzes, I just want to taunt it and prevent rocks, because rocks are the most annoying thing this game. And then I can taunt it, and then I can just either switch out or encore. Oh no, actually yeah, if I Flare Blitz and he switches in, I taunt him. And then I think, and if he ends up getting up rocks, then I just like encore him into it, so I can just proceed to get a kill then. Because he has no switch-ins otherwise, everything else just gets OK'd, which is amazing. Mega Mawile is just my second breaker, as both Mega Mawile and Darmanitan. Like, if Darmanitan already wasn't enough, Mega Mawile definitely does the job, as it almost OHKOs Hippowdon at +2, like max defense Hippo with Ice Punch, which is crazy at +2, which is, yeah, that's insane. It does a lot to Zapdos, which would be his mainly other response. Sucker Punch just for like general like hitting things like the Swellow and the Gengar, voice crack, and then Play Rough is just the strong stab. Didn't really need Iron Head in this game, in my opinion. Next, I have a Spadef Torn T, as definitely stuff like Gengar and stuff like Meloetta, as well as like Spec Swallow is really annoying. Like this doesn't, I think this gets 2 KO'd by Spec Swallow, but like I really didn't want to bring AV, as Taunt and Toxic is really good for wearing down the Zapdos, and wearing down the Zapdos is just good overall for my team. And the knockoff is just to get rid of items, as well as the Gengar. Mostly like does a lot of damage to Gengar without me risking Hurricane, but it can get rid of items and all that, and Hurricane just hits everything else. I have enough speed for I think it's just for the Mega Absol, so as that thing could definitely be annoying. So now I have an interesting Galvantula set, actually holding the Electrium Z for the Thunder with just webs and then 2 other attacks. So basically the plan with this was his only removal is Zapdos and Avalugg, and like webs are pretty good against him as they slow down the Heracross, Meloetta, Gengar, Kieran Black, and the Mega Absol, which is huge. And so Zapdos, if it comes in, it can take a Thunder, like it takes like under half from a Thunder, and so what I can do is he switches in, I can go for the Thunder. Well, no, I go for the webs. If he goes hard Zapdos, then I Thunder the next turn as he defogs, and then I either repeat the process until he keeps on staying in, or I just go straight away for the Z Thunder and knock him out, and I can get my webs up whenever. That's a really cool tech in this match that hopefully does come through. And then I have the Alolan Persian. It's like I said, the Mega Absol is really threatening, and I really need a response to that. But this also outspeeds stuff and can take hits from Kieran Black and Gengar depending on what it goes for. But I can also just revenge it with Foul Play, which is really nice. And I can Toxic and taunt the Hippo. Like, I really want to taunt things because I really don't want him getting a Proxes. His only rocker is Hippo, I think. So it's really easy to sort of narrow that down. Like, Galvantula gives it free rocks, but if I get sticky webs, then that's okay with me. And last one we have Piloswine, as Piloswine just destroys him. Like, it's not even funny. It's pretty good check to Kieran Black. It's probably like one of the best out there. I had to say so myself, but it's also one of the best checks to Zapdos. It can take hits from Mega Absol. Ice Shard can chip down the Swellow. It can do a decent amount to the Heracross and Meloetta. It beats the Hippo. It can take like nothing from Gengar and then kill it back, and like obviously beat Electrode, but like, and not Avalugg, but like if he brings Avalugg, I can just like pressure it out with like something else. And yeah, that's the team. I think really confident going into this. Like, I think I brought a decent enough team. Could have potentially like tried to make changes, but I really don't know what I could have really done to make myself like better against Swallow besides like bring like Spadef, Mawile, or like all that. Oh, actually, I'll mention I was supposed to be like a less defensive Mawile. I actually had one that was more speedy to outspeed Kieran Black, but I ended up like I made it in like a different Teambuilder tab, and like I forgot to copy paste it over, but like bulk is still good. So with that, I will be back with the battle shortly. Wow, I just opened the wrong one. Wow, I am here in queer. Welcome back, guys. If you are just skipping to this part, hi. Hope you're having a good day. But I'll quickly go over my team. If you did skip the team builder portion where I went over my sets, so I just have a like bulky SD 3 attack Mawile. I have a specially defensive Tornadus T, Life Orb, Taunt Encore Darmanitan, the Electrium Z, Galvantula with the sticky webs, just max HP, max speed, defensive Persian, and then like a mixed defensive spread, Piloswine with the rocks. So looking at his team, pretty much what I expected. He didn't bring the Absol, which could be understandable, as it did kind of get checked by like the Persian, and like potentially the Mawile, and like doesn't really have a good switch in the Mawile, so I can get him not wanting to give that thing a free switch in. He didn't bring the Meloetta, which I can understand, because Gengar kind of does what it does, but better if it's not like a Calm Mind variant. And like a Calm Mind variant won't win versus my team. Like the most they'll do is get off some damage, but like I have Sucker Punch Mawile, I have like Torn with knockoff, and like Persian with Foul Play. So I really don't expect it to do that much if it did come. So looking at the team, my best lead right here is I think I'm going to lead with the Alolan Persian. I think no wait, okay. Ended this game a few days ago. I kind of forgot. I'm going to lead with the Tornadus T, as the Swellow is a lead that I really don't want to. I really don't want to give Swellow a free kill turn 1. If I lead with something like Persian, like I don't want to give it a free kill. And so that U-turn damage actually reveals that he is physically invested and he is jolly. So I do think that he's physical now, as that did do a lot for a Swallow against my spread. He's just going to go into the Zapdos to be expected. I knock off and he doesn't lose an item, so he's Z Crystal. And so now looking at this, and I really think that Piloswine is just such an obvious play here that I'm going to just stay in and fire off the Toxic to help whittle this down more, as he does end up revealing the Z, and he does go for the Z in front of Overdrive, trying to catch some big early damage on my Piloswine. As right here, I'm just going to go now into my Piloswine, expecting maybe him to go for an electric move or something like of the sort, as he just goes back into the Swallow to get his Flame Orb, as there was no way I was going to knock off right there, or Hurricane, to be honest. I might have just like U-turned, as he's going to U-turn out into his Heracross, and I'm going to get up my Rocks, which is really good against his team, and he's double Guts users, so that's terrifying. I don't have a switch into this if he predicts correctly. So at this point, I'm looking at what I really need the least. And since my Mawile isn't actually like a fast Mawile, webs aren't as important, as Darmanitan does outspeed a decent amount of his team, as I highly doubt he would be a max speed or Scarfed Kyurem, but I will scout before I make any reckless assumptions. So I'm just going to go into my Galvantula. If he goes for the close combat, I do live, and that's good, but he does make the good play going for the Stone Edge, as obviously Tornadus T could have been a switch in as well, and he doesn't want to give me free momentum. But now Darmanitan comes in, and this is not a switch in, as that's just going to get blown away, as we see he just doesn't have a good fire resist, as I can just afford to go for the Fire Punch and take less recoil this turn, as now everything I think actually just dies to a Fire Punch, which is crazy. But I'm just going to go into my Tornadus here, as this is my designated switch into this, as that's going to do a good chunk, but because I am knockoff and I do have enough speed for this, I can just knock off his thing. If he went Zapdos, I didn't really care, because I weakened that and could have potentially actually taunted the next turn if I didn't want him to heal up, as I do just barely live, as he does not have the Sludge Wave, as he actually told me afterwards. So yeah, knockoff gets disabled last Gengar Swish, as he's just going to go into the Swallow and go for the U-turn in case I want to switch out, which I actually don't get that play necessarily, because actually no, if I went hard Mawile, I guess he could have preserved. I guess it could have preserved that way. I don't know, I didn't really want to lose health on it. But I'm just going to go into the Persian on this, as like I said, I'm pretty confident that Darmanitan will outspeed, as I don't think this will be Scarfed. But on the off chance that, but basically if I go into Darmanitan and if he is Scarfed and he kills me right there, then I just lose the Heracross, because a lone Persian won't do enough to this. Ice Shard will barely do anything to this, and Sucker Punch won't do that much. So like at the least, like I'm going to lose like 1 or 2 Mons to Heracross, and like I need like sacks at the Swallow, and like yeah, like I need all of these Mons, I think, at this point, or like maybe like a lone Persian, which is one of the reasons why I sent it in. As Foul Play does a lot, as he's just going to switch out hard into his Zapdos right here. And here I think I do make a misplay, as he doesn't look like he's in range of another one. Like it could be potentially a roll, but I'm just gonna assume that he would probably attack me right here to like just get damage off, expecting a taunt. But he does have Defog, which slipped my mind, as the rocks are really important now. I think like that really hurts me, as now stuff is not taking the necessary chip like the Kyurem and the Swallow. Swallow is still in range of the Sucker Punch, but it's actually not in range of the Ice Shard, I think, as it actually doesn't show me right now. I think it's at like 76, because it took rocks once, but it's like 70 maybe. So because of this, I definitely should have taunted there, I think, but because of this, I'm just going to sack my lone Persian, as I do think it's the least important member of my team. And I can just get another kill with my Darmanitan afterwards, as Fire Punch has no switch-ins. It's definitely going to kill Kyurem. He's revealed to not be like the most bulky Kyurem in the world. So like even if he was just like max HP, he would just drop. So I'm just going to go for the Fire Punch, kill him right there. Crit did not matter, yada yada yada. It mattered, I'm bad. Hacks. But I'm just going to play it safe, and I'm going to sack off my Piloswine right here, as he does go for the U-turn. Probably expecting Mawile. I think I should have went into Mawile at some point, but like I really didn't want to getting chipped down. But anyways, so he's just going to go into the Heracross. I'm just going to get off some chip high shard because I think Mega Mawile is more important. As yeah, that's just gonna kill me. And because of this, he took the defense drop, and I can just actually go into my Mega Mawile here, which saves me differential because if I went into Darmanitan, I would have probably had to sack something because I would have most likely sacked it, or like, and if I didn't, it could have potentially been like a choke. As yeah, I'm just gonna Sucker Punch that, and yeah, I don't know if that would have 2-hit KO'd, but like if he like banked off of my choke, like going from Darmanitan into Mawile, that could have been scary, especially since I wouldn't have been Mega Evolved. So I'm just gonna kill him with the Ice Punch. I didn't Sucker Punch in case he was like, I said afterwards it was like for substitute, but like it wouldn't, substitute really didn't make sense on this set. It was more like, I was like, if he was, I don't know, if there was like some weird chance he could like go for like work up or something along those lines. I wasn't really sure. I just didn't really want to mess with any possible like weird sets. So well played to A12. I don't think you played this bad. I think like it was kind of just like a kill for kill kind of situation where like Heracross got a kill, but like then it was just Darmanitan got a kill, and Darmanitan was more threatening to you than Heracross was more threatening to me. At least like trying to revenge it. I'm not really like trying to revenge it, just like because like Darm outspeeds Heracross, so that just like helps it put on more pressure, as like I can just get a kill afterwards. So Mega Mall cleaning up, very happy about that. That it's doing some work here, but that is going to be it for this week. I think we are now 2-1 with the +3 differential. I think A12 actually made some trades after this, and he has his boy Diggersby after this. So definitely glad that we managed to get this matchup out of the way. I think he has like Zardwide as well. Like I don't have switch-ins to any of those mons, so definitely glad we got that out of the way. But next week, I think we face the Commissioner of the League 681 Shadow, so that's definitely going to be a good battle. So I'll see y'all next week. Peace.